Hello, hello. Yep, everything seems to be working fine. Welcome back to the project, which I have been slacking off a bit doing it. So I probably will try my best to actually have more hours into the project. But let me check what we did last time. Yeah, we stopped at what is DTO. And it's a design pattern. I haven't studied 3D design patterns at all, or anything related to clean code even. Maybe I should actually search that part. So what are the most famous programming patterns? Creational pattern, structural pattern, behavioral. There seems to be a lot, so instead of just I will put this into the too deep category. What do we start with? Design patterns, and also how the sequence works. So this should be enough. Explain to me what is DTO in Spring Boot. In Spring Boot, DTO is an object that is used to transfer data between different layers of an application, such as between controllers, service, or between the service and the repository. It is typically used to encapsulate data and send it over a network or between components of the system in a format that is optimized for a specific operation or communication. Why do you use DTOs? Help transfer data, minimize data transfer, abstraction. In our project, I don't think we necessarily need the DTO, but it will be a good practice to do it. How and when to use DTO. Using DTO is essential in any situation where you want to decouple the internal data model entities or domain models from the data exchange with an internal component, such as API or user interface. While introducing DTOs, you gain flexibility. If your user entity has fields like password, last login, roles, and permissions, exposing the entity directly may leak sensitive information. Instead, you use DTO like user DTO that exposes only necessary fields like ID, first name. When you need to separate internal, my question is, how can the information be leaked without using DTO? For research purposes, how does the DTO okay, so it did bring me the answer, but for some reason at the beginning it didn't. If you don't use your DTO in your application, there are several ways in which sensitive unnecessary information are leaked, exposing internal entities directly in the API response. If your API directly exposes entity objects, such as GPA or Hibernate entities, without using DTO, you risk exposing more information than intended. Okay, how about we do it without the DTO, and then try to do it with the DTO after. We'll put this in the delete. the service and service implementation, I'll think about that later. I think that's enough theory for now. So now back to our design. So we did the task, we haven't done the controller. Extends GPA repository, then we say task, and we have long. So that's all we really need in the repository. We haven't done the service, so we need to do the dependency injection first. Private, we call it task repository, and I forgot to add the annotation at service, and here we say at repository. And then we say public task service, for some reason it's not auto-completed, so it makes me think, okay, how about we just, instead of writing it, actually let's use what we always use, refactor generate constructor. Okay, so yes, it has to be capital. I was mistaken about this. And we say here at auto. So now that's the dependency injection for that one. Let's do the dependency injection for this one also. Private. What do we have also? Service. Task service. And then we generate bring me the constructor at auto wire. And say that's a controller. So we have the task, everything is fine, the controller, service, and the task. Now for the functionalities that we need. What do you mean assigned but never accessed? I think it's not a big error. There is no reason for us to really think about it. Now what did we have here is completed tag, title, description. Okay. So let's start by doing our CRUD. First one is to create. So now where to start? From the controller, repository. I will start from the controller. So we also need here for the mapping get, not get mapping, there was another name for it. This one here will be at get, or actually in this case it's post mapping. I forgot what to actually write here. How about I open my other project just to check. the controller. It's request mapping, then there is get, and there is post, and there is everything else. Okay. So it's request mapping. Should also write that I forgot. What I forgot. Not sure why it's always big, but request mapping. Now we do our post mapping and we say public what do you call this method? Create task, and we have here response entity. But I'm not sure which type we should use. So I think that's why we should probably start from the repository. So the .save method is already there, so I don't think we have to specify it specifically. So instead, we just go to, where is it? Service. Let's get some space here. And then we say public what type of response here we should get then. So if I'm creating a to-do list, I want to get a notification that the request is completed. That's always a big issue with me. What exactly should I return when I am creating a to-do list app? What should be the return to be expected from my HTTP request outside of the status? The get one is simple. You just want all the information and that's it. But what about the post request? So that's my question. Is it really necessary to get all the data related from the task when making a post request? No, it is not strictly to all data when making, but highly recommended to return certain key information that helps the client understand that the result of their action and continue the workflow. Confirm that the resource was successful, so that's the status. Provide necessary data reference to that new resource so the client can, okay. ID of the created task, minimal task data, avoid returning unnecessary data. Okay, that's my point. So title and description. In this case, this is where we will need the DTO because we have so many information about our task here. Have title, description, tag is complete, and ID. We don't want to even give the ID back. We just want to give the title and the description. So how to make a DTO actually task DTO to only give relevant information. We finished that part. I'm still not sure about when to use one to many or many to many or many to one, but that's for the subtask. Okay, that could be a functionality that we can add later. Subtasks. So it's just a simple class similar to the normal one, but with only the data that we need. But how do you do it then? Public task map to do, map to. Okay, I'm not sure about that, but mapping entity to DTO using mapper. Okay, that's a bit advanced, but I'll keep it in mind that when using DTO with one to many relation, you should create a class for that. Now to actually use it, so we have the servers, map to do, okay, it's getting more complicated using the DTO. Can you give me a simpler example just using the task DTO without any relationship? Finish that part, and here task DTO, we know how to create it, but now how to use it. Request mapping / tasks, public class task controller, private final list task, new array list, post mapping, nope, I'm still not sure. Can you give me just one example on where the DTO class is being used in a post mapping scenario? Certain. Here is a simplified DTO. Let's assume you want to create a task that with just title and description provided by the client, and we will return. Yeah, that's interesting. I never thought about it, because if we are going to create a task, we only need 2 information, and everything else would be auto-generated. I have tried this also. Make it as points, back to black. The user will only give the task and the description. The rest is auto generated. Class is simplified. Task DTO. Yes, we should add date, but I don't think we have it right now. Yes, we don't. To each task. Endpoint will accept a task to DTO, create a task entity, and then return the task DTO when the ID is created. So I have post mapping, respond entity, then create a new task. Yes, and dot time and local date. Task dot set ID, task ID counter, and no, I don't think that's valid. The ID is also generated. So the DTO is used in the controller class, not the service one. Okay, now we have another issue that the task will only get. Okay, let's just finish this part also. As for the path, say slash API slash tasks. So it's only in the controller. So what about the service? Nope, I'm still not sure how to use the DTO. Yep, DTO in Spring Boot.
Hi everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, we will see what is DTO. Well, DTO stands for Data Transfer Object, and this is the widely used pattern to transfer the data between client and server. For example, let's say here
Client and server, so probably only the controller.
and this is the server, and we are going to use DTO to transfer the data between client and server. Well, client can create a DTO object, and it will send that DTO object in the HTTP request.
Okay, so the return here will still be the object itself. Task. Create task. Then the parameters that we will get. We should get the task also. Task, task, task. Okay, then we say task dot. Actually, no, we need to call in the repository first. Dot save, and then we put the task here. And then we return the task again. Now if we go back to the controller, where is it? It will be giving, the response should be DTO, which is a class I haven't done yet. New Java class, task DTO. So that's the thing. The controller. Let's just say task DTO here. Let's say create task at request at something body. I forgot which one it was. Request body task. But that's the thing. Okay, I need my trusted whiteboard because I'm still getting headache from this. So we have the front end. That's why I should have started by developing the front end first, not the back end. But anyway, you have the task here, and you insert the task and its description, if I remember correctly. So the HTTP request will be with everything. I think so, yes. You should be receiving the HTTP request with everything.
In this way, client and server both use the video object to transfer the data between client and server. And the main advantage of using DTO is that to reduce the number of remote calls. For example, consider we are creating the employee management system application, and in employee management system application we have different entities, like let's say we have host organization. Within that we have a list of departments, and within a department we have a list of employees.
Okay, intrusive thoughts, but I want to check on Angular. Documentation. Angular is a web framework that empowers developers to build fast, reliable applications. Installation essentials. Okay, sidetrack. I need to research that more later. Okay, he did do the DTO. I like that guy channels a lot, actually. Yes. But wait, if we are talking about sensitive information, it should be only the task, not the DTO. So actually this one should be simple. Task.save, then the controller, and then what else should we have here? So we want to send the task service dot create task, and then we add the task here, and then we return the task. Okay, now that leaves the part of handling the response entity. So we should have the response entity dot okay, and inside the body we'll have this here. If I remember correctly, we said here that we have a try and catch, and if the if part will only be available if we are doing a get request and other requests, but not with the post request. Let me check the service here. How did we use it last time? Where's our post mapping? Okay, we did it here by void. Okay, that's why I don't remember anything here. So about the service. Okay, yeah, that's the part. We should check if the user ID already exists or not. But what was the get user ID? Yeah, we find the task by ID, but the thing is we don't get the ID. The ID is auto-generated, so I don't think we need that entire thing. That's why I should have started with the front end first instead of the back end. It feels very disorienting. Because it's not that I don't understand what I'm doing, but I'm not sure what the return type is. Should I change my strategy and actually do the front end first? Yeah, I should probably do that. But that will require me to study HTML, CSS, and JavaScript first. Yeah, you know, might just as well. I'll save that for later. And I would think it would be just easier if I started with the front end part first, because I'm not sure what is given in the HTTP request and what I am receiving. Okay, I know a little bit about HTML, so it shouldn't be that hard. And I don't think I even need that part also. But let me check about Angular, because I don't know anything about Angular actually. It's TypeScript based, okay. It looks like similar to Spring Boot actually, with the add component. But the thing is, I know nothing about TypeScript. Okay, this will be more challenging than I actually thought. Let me check my history again, because I'm searching for a specific channel. It doesn't seem like I can find it, so TypeScript tutorial. Why is everything so long? I think his channel name was Teddy. Yes.
What's up guys, this is Teddy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This video, we're going to be kicking off the TypeScript course, and I always say that I'm excited for every single course, but I really am excited for this one.
We'll check on that one later also.
The event name on the left side in parentheses, then an expression.
To study Angular, what are the prerequisites for key concept to learn: div, span, h1, input, select, header, footer, and article. Okay, it's good enough. Key concept to understand: selectors, class ID. It's been a long time since I studied anything related to CSS. Box model, flex and grid layout, CS properties, responsive design. JavaScript functions, array and objects, DOM manipulation, not as much. Event. TypeScript is written. Why Angular is written in TypeScript. There is a lot of stuff that I need to understand first, but I say CSS is probably the most important. So yes, maybe I should start by CSS.
On the right side. In this case, it points to a method in our class. Each time
Right, did he have Angular also? I'm not sure. The only reason I'm also I already know a bit in React, but the only reason I'm studying Angular is because yes, he does have Angular, he does have TypeScript, but I'll probably have to study CSS on my own. Explain to me the key concept in CSS. Yes, selectors, you specify the tag and you can change everything related to that tag, or you can target a specific element by using the my class, or I think the dot is the class selector and the hashtag is the ID selector. Universal, yeah, the box model, content, padding, border, margin, height and width. So the content, padding, then we have the borders are the lines, the margin is the space between each element, margin is the outside, padding is the inside. Okay. Then we have div. Div, you can position multiple elements inside of it. Okay, I get the idea. So, which one should we start with first? TypeScript. I mean, definitely TypeScript first before Angular, but nope. Which question did I ask about that part? Yeah, I should probably start with TypeScript. wouldn't call JavaScript my favorite language, but
with the simplicity and the elegance of TypeScript. And the type checking is why I like it, really at the end of the day. But
yeah, I think the interface was it.
what is type checking? And this is just like a personal opinion of mine. This is not factual. Type checking is very underrated in the world of software development. We do a lot of things to improve our code after we deploy to production or after we hit the compile button. But almost nowhere else in software development can you find something that will detect bugs in your code before you press the green button. And type checking is one of those things that it not only does it have
I'm very used to type checking because I'm using Java, but
also allows you to find bugs before you even hit the compile button. And let's just I'll just give you like a visual representation. You may be saying like, hey Teddy, like I get this, but like show me the money. Like how does this actually work? And I'm in Visual Studio. You don't have to use we're gonna use Visual Studio Code of course, but this is just going to kind of demonstrate to you what this is actually doing. You don't actually need to code. So what type checking does, the first thing that type checking does is it allows you to look into stuff. Like if you don't know what something is, like if you don't know what items is, you can look at it, you can hover over it, and you can see what this is. You can see that this is a property and it is a type of it's a Pokemon array. And not only that, but you can actually just right click stuff and go into it. And in Chrome DevTools and a lot of JavaScript, you can get some type of abstraction, but only in type checking can you just get that built-in, just awesome, really awesome type checking. And the other thing that a lot of these abstractions will not have is what will prevent bugs before you actually hit the compile button. So let's just say for some weird instance, and this is actually an example of an Angular project that I did. Really, if I just changed this to string, what would happen to like this model is basically saying that this property has to be a
string
or a string throughout the whole entire actual program. And what if I actually change this one to, what if I actually change this type to number? Let's just say that from now on the number actually has to be, or the type actually has to be a number. What would happen is you would go in here and you would get all of these squiggly marks saying that that is not possible. You need to change.
yes, it's adding the Java functionality to JavaScript because dealing with JavaScript is a mess.
Another part of the company was actually working on this, and he changed it to a string. And this model exists in maybe 100 places in your software. It will break, and it will basically say, hey, you can't make those changes because you agreed to this in the actual model. And that's kind of the beauty of type checking. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do is you want to install TypeScript. And I'm going to take all of the hard work out of this. Basically, I've created a sandbox for you with the debugger. I've also got the VS Code debugger with it as well too, and I went the extra mile. There wasn't any other courses that had the VS Code debugger in it, and if you like all my hard work, make sure to hit that like button because it really covers
Okay.
how the VS Code debugger works. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead. We're going to clone this repo into Visual Studio Code. I'm going to show you how to do that in case you don't know how to do it. Okay.
Okay, let's check it. What was the project called again? TypeScript course. Okay. Pokemon, Find Shark, Spring Boot. What else? Let's check the repositories. The TypeScript one is. Should I download it or clipboard it? I will check what he has done first.
Into Visual Studio Code. I'm going to show you how to do that in case you don't know how to do it. Okay. So Visual Studio taking forever to start up. Reason or idea why. Okay, so let's go here, and I'm going to put it into my project folder, and I'm just going to git clone this into this repo.
It's okay, so just get clone. I'm pretty sure VS Code probably needs an update since I don't use it much. Yes, we have it here. I should probably also create it in my project folder. What should we call it? TypeScript. Yes, I do. Now what is my terminal? I forgot also how to get the terminal on. debugger, that's the extension here, that's the file. Now I have to open and search for how to find the terminal. How to open the terminal in VS Code. And Windows Linux press Control and plus. Control plus. Nope. Terminal, new terminal. How do you usually do that? Control Shift plus. That's for new terminal. Control Shift and plus. Nope. Anyway, we will search for that part later, but git clone and we say this repository. Nope. That one. Don't think I have cloned it yet. Where is it? Okay, so yes, we did.
So we see, and then I'm going to open it. Open folder. Okay. Now we are in here, and the first thing that we want to do is we want to run npm install. So we're going to go npm install, go ahead and install everything, and then I'm going to try to run it.
Okay, where is my terminal? But I keep on making new one. I just want to see my old one though. It's been a long time since I used VS Code, so how to open the terminal in VS Code. It's Control plus the quotation mark. Nope. Okay, now I remember it probably was that one, yes. npm install. So npm is wrong.
See, now we are in here, and the first thing that we want to do is we want to run npm install. So we're going to go npm install, go ahead.
Okay, pretty sure nothing wrong here. Okay, his terminal is not the PowerShell that I'm using. How about we ask ChatGPT about that error? Which typically means the Node.js and PM are not properly installed or added. Open the terminal and run the following commands. Then the nodes are installed. Node and npm. Okay. Node/v. So the node isn't installed. I don't think I have installed it yet. Maybe on my laptop, but not on my PC now. So we need to install Node.js. Yes, I think so. Accept, install. Now let's check again. Node version still not there. Node /v. Okay, still not working. Let me get out the CRUD app. So again, okay, and I still need to install npm. So this is the command for it. Okay. Now let's check for the versions. So yes, I do have both of them installed. Maybe I should just restart the project. Now let's open. Not sure what that is, but no. Now it's not the time for that part. Node version npm version. npm for some reason isn't found, but node was found. Now how to fix that issue? Pretty sure if we type npm install, it will not work. Yes, even though the terminal said that it was working. npm/version. So I'm not sure what's wrong here. npm/version. Still not working. To allow PowerShell to run the necessary script, you need the execution policy. I should probably just change my terminal to Node instead. I'm not sure how to do that. About command prompt instead of PowerShell. Now npm/version npm install error.
Now we are in here, and first thing that we want to do is we want to
Is it the same folder also? I think yes. Everything looks the same.
install. So we go npm install. Go ahead and install.
So maybe I should check VS Code, not terminal.
So let's get started and see how we can download Node.js. So just open up the browser and search for Node.js, and first link which is very good utility, automatically installation. Use the chocolatey going to this command prompt. Let's say you just write console.log here, and inside these parentheses I can add either double quotes or single quotes, and then I can just type hello world here, do some here, and this is now I'm going to open the node, right node, and press enter.
The PowerShell is the one that I had from here. Just write node. A lot of unnecessary information, but okay, got nothing. Okay, how about how to install Node?
Hey guys, in this and this is the learning operating system, and Node.js has been successfully installed. So I can click on finish. Node.js is installed on my Windows 11 operating system. Now here there is this, and then I will click on git. Meantime, those addresses, or click on JS. You can see command prompt Node.js REPL, and it
Okay, let's search for it. Node.js. Forgot the N. Node.js command prompt.
will open this command line here. I can change the properties of this command line, make the fonts a little bit bigger so you can see all these commands. And let's go here and just delete that, right? Right, look.js, and this produce create documents. So here you get extension to the check order from and paste. So once you are out, then it's running it on.
Okay, nothing useful here also. I have too many folders open. So, okay, node -v npm -v. So I have an issue with npm. Then how to install npm?
In this video, I'm going to show you how to install Node.js so that you can run the npm commands. So for example, if you're trying to run npm install, it will not work because npm is not installed or Node.js is not installed. To verify, just put npm-v and nothing comes up. So what you need to do is go to the Node.js website. So go to node.js.org, go to the downloads, and I'm using Windows, so I'm going to download the Windows installer.
The did part.
It's run executable, this, and just follow the prompts. Just keep following them, press next, and just take the defaults. Now let the setup wizard install the Node.js, and then click finish.
Then
Go back to Visual Studio, try npm-v, and let's see what happens. It did not work, run up just, and then restart it. Visual Studio, run the terminal here. Let's put npm-v. Let's see what happens.
So yeah, like I have a mistake. How about we run it as an administrator this time? Visual Studio. npm -v. We still have an issue even though I installed it. Okay, I'll probably spend a couple of hours trying to debug here. It's disabled in the system. How's the default? Windows X. So, okay, I'll try to follow this instruction at least. Okay, it is restricted, so how about we copy this command? No. Once again. At execution property, then we start that partial auto. So we restart, reopen. Okay, now it's working. How about we have a new terminal? npm install. We still get errors. How about npm -v? So it is installed, but we got a different error this time. Find the directory you're working in this file. This has something to do with the directory. Maybe I should move inside of this directory. Okay, how about cd TypeScript -force. Okay, my spelling. cd TypeScript -force. Let me say npm install. So I did have to get inside the folder even though I have this inside. We have packet log.json. It has to be in the package.json. So okay. So it was a folder directory issue. Now back here.
And then I'm going to try to run it.
Okay, now npm start. TypeScript is not recognized as internal command. Operate program backfire.
See what we got. So
The same thing as in.
concurrently is not recognized, and I think I need to install concurrently. So I'm going to go over here and figure out how to install concurrently very quickly. Let's go over here, npm install. So
npm install g concurrently. Okay. npm g. There is a dash, I think. Yes, dash g. G install, and then this sucker here. That's what I hate about JavaScript in general. It takes a lot of time to just do the setup.
that was fast. And
start. Everything should be working.
Okay, so we got that figured out. Next thing that we want to do is, let's just go ahead and I'll explain to you all of the actual file structure of TypeScript. This is a tsconfig file. It's essentially it's a configuration file, but it's in JSON form. The only thing that you need to worry about is the root directory and the out directory as of yet. So, out directory. When you compile TypeScript, what's going to happen is it's going to convert it into JavaScript. And what you're going to see in here is you're just going to see a JavaScript file pop up. And this was not here before. It was actually generated by TypeScript. And then right here, the source is the source. This is the only file that you really need to worry about. Other things, package.json, if you want to come in here, if you forget how to actually run it, you can look in here, and these are all the scripts to actually run it. If you want to install, or if your debugger breaks, this is for debugging, and this is just to start it, and here is node none if you want to use node none, but I currently just use and this is package.json. Don't really worry about that for now. But anyway, that is going to be the install and the brief introduction video. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to hit that like button, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and as always, thank you for watching. What's up guys, this is Eddie, welcome to my YouTube channel. This video we're going to be talking about type inference in TypeScript. Type inference is used everywhere. In fact, I would say type inference is more common than strict type annotations. And type inference, so if you were to infer something, like if me and you were having a conversation and I turned into somebody who couldn't take, like I'm somebody, like I like criticism, and I like people to crit, like I think criticism is good to a certain point, but not a lot of people do not like criticism at all. And let's just say we're having a conversation, and for some reason I think that you are insinuating that I am a dumbass, and I would say, did you just make the inference that I am a dumbass? That's kind of
Okay.
you were trying to form a relationship in a non-explicit way, or if you were to explicitly have a type annotation, you would go in here and you would type string. But what's going to happen in TypeScript is it's going to do the exact same thing. It's going to say, hello, Pikachu string. Did you just insinuate that you are a string? And what TypeScript is going to do is it's going to go over here and it's going to assign this underneath the hood. You're not going to actually see it. It's not going to exist. It's almost invisible.
Different from Java, but yes.
And basically do it for you. There's a little algorithm that will take care of all of this, and that is essentially what type inference is. So the best way to kind of understand it is to see it in action. So we've already got this right here, and it's automatically does it for us. But let's just say I want to take this out for some reason, and I'm going to take this one out too. But I'm going to leave boolean because I want to be more explicit about this. So if I hover over this, you will see that it is still a string. The string type actually still exists because TypeScript has done the inference.
Actually, let's try that. Let dog name goes to turtle. So yes, it does show. Okay, nice to know. BBB the number. Let baby beaver number. We say that's 12, for example. Then when we check here for the type, we say it's number, yes.
In my opinion,
How about if we add a decimal?
work environments that I've worked in. So if I hover over this, you will see that it is still a string. The string type actually still exists because TypeScript has done the inference for you. And in my opinion, in work environments that I've worked in, type inference is totally fine. You can use type inference. You don't have to go through each and every variable like this and explicitly assign things. I think with functions it's a little bit different, but with variable annotation, most of the time in a production environment, you're going to rely on inference. And inference is okay because the type is still there. Like it's still there, you just don't see it. But if you
It's automatically generated, yes.
this will also allow for, watch what happens. And any basically turns off type checking. And any is very bad. Do not use any.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes you have to. So if I hover over it, you'll see that any is there. But you don't want any, and we will talk about any in the next video. So let's talk about what's really going on. A lot of people want to know, a little bit more in depth. What is going on is that there is an algorithm that TypeScript utilizes called best common type, and this occurs from a right to left fashion. So it's going to use a fancy algorithm that I have really no idea how it works, and it's going to look in here. It's going to assign the best or the best common type, and essentially it's going to assign what it can get away with. So let's do a more complex example. And I've actually got an example right here of an array. So if you assign an array, watch what happens. It's kind of a little bit more funky. So in the arrays, in the arrays version, what's happening is it's going to be, let me see where it was. Yeah, it was number and null, and it has the whole type. So what is the type? The type basically means or. If you're programming, a type is usually
Or, yes.
the exact thing. Sometimes we'll call it union. The number or null in this case, and it automatically does all that for you. But let's look at an even more complex example. And this one is going to be best common type, and then after this we're going to talk about contextual typing, but it's literally the same thing. And I probably didn't even need to make, I went and made all these little classes for it so that you can see how it works too. But if you hover over it, the exact same thing can happen. You've got all those pipes, you can be rhino, elephant, or snake, and it's going to be an array of all of those. So next thing is going to be contextual typing. So contextual typing is going to be right. So, and this usually happens with parameters. So if you don't assign a parameter, usually it's going to rely on contextual typing. Not always. Contextual typing, I'm going to say it's a little bit more rare because a lot of times there's not this variable right here. It's not.
I need to also check what are the main key ideas of TypeScript. Main key ideas of TypeScript. TypeScript allow you to define types of variable, function, parameter, and return values. So yes, this thing that he's mentioning is explicitly a TypeScript. Arrays and tuples. Forgot what tuples is, but we will see again. TypeScript allow you to define sets of named constants. So we can create an enum here, and we can create an interface. Inference. TypeScript can automatically infer type based on the initial value of all the context, so you don't always have to explicitly specify the type. So yes, it uses the type thing, but it also generates it automatically using an algorithm that's built in. Yeah, the interface part is the only thing I'm familiar with TypeScript. TypeScript has a built-in support for object-oriented programming concepts like classes, inheritance, and polymorphism. Okay, we also have generics here. Good to know. Type alias create custom types that are used to simplify complex type definitions. That's a new concept for me, but I will check it later. Then you have modules and namespaces. TypeScript supports modules to break up large code into smaller, manageable files, allow you to import and export function classes and variables between different files. So yeah, it's the export one. Okay, I thought it was specifically for Angular or React, but no, it's a function from the TypeScript, because I know what export and import is based on previous experiences. Then you have type assertion, our way of telling TypeScript to treat a value as a specific type. It is often used when you know more about the type of a value than TypeScript can infer. So you have let some and you say any, more or less, but okay. Type guards. TypeScripts allow you to narrow down the type of a variable within a certain scope using type guards. This can be useful for handling different types, especially when dealing with unions. Forget about that part. Compatibility with JavaScript. Okay, for the most part I think I got all the basics. Now let's see them in action.
It's going to be a variable. It's not going to be like an actual object that it can actually search in, but essentially it's going to search in here, and then it's going to assign the value based on what's inside of this part right here, and try to form, try to infer the type so that but that's going to be the video. That's really anything that you could possibly know about type inference. Very common and not bad. Type inference is not bad. Type inference is actually your friend. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and as always, thank you for watching.
Okay.
What's up guys, this is Teddy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This video, we're going to be talking about type annotations. But first, we're going to get a really quick and dirty introduction. I've learned right off the bat that you have to get right into the meat if you want people to stick around, and we're going to run full speed straight into TypeScript. So what are types? Types are literally just a reference a type of value in programming. Hint,
Mm-hmm.
so I've got a variable right here. You probably already know what JavaScript is to a certain extent. If you don't, that's okay. But whenever I hover over this, and this is really this is a really valuable skill in general once you start working in Java, C#, and this also applies to TypeScript as well too. The beauty of types and having a reference to a value is really so that you can like just do this. Like if I just want to figure out what this is, like if I want to investigate, if I want to play a little Sherlock Holmes, you know what I'm saying? If you want to figure, if you don't know what dog name is, you just hover over it and look at what it is, and you can see that it is. You probably could tell already, but if this were something more complex, which we'll talk about later, like a really complex object, you could also tell too. But that word right there, string, is a type. It is a reference to a value, and it's simply there for convenience sake. There are two different types of types.
It's the objects and primitive data types.
So primitive is
I think in Java there was always
probably
non-primitive data type in Java also. What are the data types in Java? Primitive and reference. Primitive data types are the one that we all know. Our types refer to objects and array they hold reference or address to the actual model. Okay, just to check.
see, it's the simplest, and it's just value types. And we'll get a little nerdy here in a second. I'll talk about why they call them value types and why they call them reference types, because that's also very important to understand.
It's related to memory address.
The ones that you need to know right now, if you're coming from JavaScript, you probably already understand what these are, but let's just, for a second here, concentrate on these ones, but also realize that null, undivided, any are also primitive types.
Yes.
Object types here in a second, but let's just kind of, for simplicity's sake, talk about primitive types first. So people call, the difference between a primitive type and an object type has to do with where they are stored in the computer. When you press compile and the computer goes through and starts parsing all of the code, what it's going to do is it's going to check if it's a primitive or an object type, sometimes called a value or a reference type. If it's a number, it's going to go straight on the stack. If it's an object, it's going to go in the heap. The difference between the stack and the heap is made for bigger memory. Object, array, email, function, tuples, those are all going to be stored in places that are designed for larger memory.
I thought this was referring to the memory, but no. What is the meaning of stack and heap, including context? Two different areas of memory used to storing data during the execution of a program. Okay, stack is a region of memory, stores local variables, function parameters, and return addresses. It is used for managing function calls and keeping track. Automatic memory management, fixed size, scope. Okay. Fast access and automatic management. Heap is a region of a memory used for dynamic allocated data that is persistent beyond the scope of a single function call. Dynamic memory allocation, flexible size. Okay, more or less I get it.
Your memory, like the heap. Primitive types, value types, they're not as big. You don't need a heap, so you store them on the stack. That's the reason that they call it that. If you want a more in-depth kind of introduction on that, I've got a C# course, but for this course, we really don't need to get more into compilers. Just if you really want to research it, type in value reference type TypeScript, and you can get something very in-depth. So, first thing.
Value reference TypeScript. Reference type value types and reference types are primitive. Have reference types. Memory storage holds the actual value, holds the reference. I know that part from Java. Yes. Assignment behavior copies the value into the new variable, copies the reference of the actual object. Passing function. Mutability, immutable by default, except big int and string. Mutable. Okay, that's too detailed for now.
A variable type annotation. A type annotation is when you declare the actual type after the variable name. So let's just say we went back, we're going to do this for real here in VS Code here in a second, but let's just say for 1 second that in TypeScript we want to declare the type of this. We want to, you can get away, there's type inference, but for right now, let's just pretend that the only way that we can get TypeScript to compile is if we have a type annotation. We need to declare this type. And this is where most people get freaked out about TypeScript. So what do? All you do is right after the actual variable name, so here, variable name, go in, put a colon, and then add the type. And that's all you really need to do. And knowing the difference between the primitive type and the object type can help you identify these keywords. So whenever you see any of these keywords, null, undefined, any we'll talk about in a little bit, but if you ever see any of these keywords and you see them right after the actual name of the variable and you have a colon and you have a string, that is a type annotation. Very simple. This is what's doing all of this nice little type checking that we have. And this is what's giving us the ability to put I call them guardrails and allow us to get C references to values. So we'll go in here. We've got our dog name. What do we do? All we do is just go after here and we put, let's just say we put a number. Let's put, for shits and giggles, let's do it wrong to see what happens. So I incorrectly identified this. This is not a number. This is a string. So what is going to happen? The guardrail is
It's an error, yes.
almost like bumper bowling. If you've ever been to a bowling alley and you had to get the bumper bowl where they had to put the pipes in the gutters because you sucked at bowling so bad and it's embarrassing, but it makes the game more fun. That's kind of the concept of type checking. Those are the rails that keep the bowling ball from going in the gutter. Whenever we have type checking, it prevents us from putting numbers or strings in places that we don't need. So let's just look at what's going on here. The type string is not assignable to type number. And it's doing this because, once again, here is a string and we need to put a string. I need to spell string correctly. Okay, so let's just say baby, let's be goofy with our name because it makes people pay attention. Let's go baby beaver and baby beaver number, and it's going to be, again, it's going to be the number. So we can literally put any type of number here. TypeScript is very flexible. We can put 7.0, we can do all different types of numbers. If this were Java, if this were C sharp, you would have to put a decimal here, but because TypeScript is very lax, you can put any number that you want to. So here, let's just say, that's just how the text is. And then we're going to, once again, it's a string, be crazy. Let's be dumb. Okay, so, and then right here, I'm going to declare false, which is a boolean. Once again, what's going to happen? The bumper bowling rails are going to come up and it's going to say, hey, I'm trying to protect you from your dumbass. We need you to put what you
Exactly.
into the actual value. Otherwise, this thing's not going to compile, and then it's going to draw this red underline off of it. So type boolean is not assignable to type string. Okay, so let's go ahead and compile this and see if we can actually get it to compile. That's the main thing. If you have red squigglies, a lot of the time it means that TypeScript's yelling at you, telling you you can't do that, but if it compiles, that means you satisfy all the TypeScript requirements. We've got
Okay.
What's up, guys?
But I think I'll stop here for today because we already changed our objectives, so probably we need to stop this part for now and just train on how to actually interact with not the servers but the API first, because I think I have an issue with knowing what to request and what to send back, and probably working on an already existent API will probably be more helpful to get that part. Okay, he did C#, algorithm data structure, unit testing. I should probably get into all of this, but
What's up?
the Angular one will probably be the most important one. But we'll see. So I think I'll leave it at here today, and bye.